Hadith number 4, Jabir bin Abdullah al-Ansari radiallahu anhu reported, we accompanied the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in an expedition when he said, there are some men in Al-Madinah who are with you wherever you march and whichever valley you cross. They have not joined you in person because of their illness. In another version, he said, they share the reward with you, in Muslim. It is narrated by Bukhari from Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu. We were coming back from Battle of Tabuk, which the Prophet ﷺ, when he remarked, with the Prophet ﷺ, when he remarked, there are people whom we left behind in Al-Madinah who accompanied us in spirit in every pass and valley we crossed. They remained behind for a valid excuse.
Right. Okay. This Imam al-Nawawi rahmatullah bringing this hadith, even though they're almost the same. One is from Jabir ibn Abdullah, and the other one from Anas. And the wordings are almost the same, just differs a bit of here and there. Yet he did not say agreed upon. Why? Because they're not coming from the same narration. One from Jabir and one from Anas. I'm wondering, and Imam al-Nawawi rahmatullah alayhi, he did not do that for the hadith before that, where he said muttafaq alayh, agreed upon. Yet Aisha radiallahu anha, she did not narrate the full narration of Imam Muslim. It's in Al-Bukhari without the last bit, if you've been asked for jihad, don't make jihad. So here we say that, well done, Imam al-Nawawi rahmatullah alayhi, that is not to say muttafaq alayh because it came from different narration. Jabir, different from Anas, yet he did not say muttafaq alayh. That's because the scholars of hadith, they say that you only say that it is the same hadith, muttafaq alayh, if it's not just the wording of it, but also the root of it, how it came, the narrations, the narrators. Okay, that means it comes from Bukhari and Muslim, but he's coming from different route. Bukhari said Jabir and Anas, different route here. Because of that, he did not say muttafaq alayh. But he did not do that the same thing in the verse hadith number 3. Right. Coming now here for this, basically that the hadith talks about what happened in the Battle of Tabuk. Battle of Tabuk, Tabuk is a very far place from Medina. The Romans had prepared an army to invade the Muslims. Prophet had heard about this. He said, we'll go to them. We're not going to wait for them to come to us. And Tabuk is, you could say, about 500 miles. It's about double the distance between Mecca and Medina. It's a big distance. They never traveled that much. So the Prophet ﷺ, usually the case, when he goes to any battle, he will not disclose where he's heading to make sure that there is an element of surprise here on his side against the enemies. But this one in particular, he told everybody, I'm heading toward Tabuk. Why? So he wants everybody to prepare. So he has to have a mount. You can't go on foot. You can't go 500 miles on foot. So they had to prepare. And it was in the heat, Battle of Tabuk. Some of those Muslims, they couldn't have a mount. They came to the Prophet of Allah. Grant us a mount. The Prophet ﷺ, he did not have a mount. Okay, they went back crying. For example, some among them is like Al-Ibad ibn Sari. Al-Ibad ibn Sari is one from the 7 weepers. Sab'a al-Bakka'un. Came back. Because they can't find a mount. They won't participate in the jihad, but they can't. They went back. They can't really, can't do anything. Subhanallah. Those are the ones whom the Prophet is talking about. So when they went to the battle, and they're going from valley to valley, from mountain to mountain, he said, Prophet said, verily, there are people who are in the Medina. They are with us. From valley to valley, from mountain to mountain. They are in the Medina. Messenger of Allah, they are with us, even in the Medina. Yes, because they couldn't go out, being restrained by some, on account of some valid excuse. They've been restrained, they can't get out because they haven't got a valid excuse. Either they go because, for example, maybe they are not finding the mount, or maybe they are ليس على الضعفاء. Allah says there's no harm, there's no blame. الضعفاء والمرضى, the ones who are ill. ولا على الذين لا يجدون ما ينفقون ولا على الذين لا يجدون ما ينفقون حرج. And also the ones who cannot find amount, there's no blame upon them. If you are, broken legs, you are ill, you are blind, you haven't got the amount, there's no blame upon you. But the blame is upon the one who had power and everything, yet they didn't come. They didn't come. So anyway, here the hadith talks about that. Even though you're not able to do the good thing, yet you have the intention to do it. But what prevented you from doing it is that you don't have the power. Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Ad-dunya li-arba." Dunya is belonging to 4 people. One whom Allah gave knowledge and wealth, so he spends it in the way that pleases Allah, charity, maintaining kinship, and one whom Allah granted, the second one, granted him knowledge but no money. But he says, "Oh Allah, if you grant me the money that that person has got, I will do the same thing." They will do the same, they all get the same reward. So he's got the knowledge, he didn't have the money, but he wishes that he got the same money, he would do the same thing. So he had said it, and Allah gave him because of his intention. Third one, who Allah did not give him knowledge, he gave him wealth. So he squandered it on haram, severing his kinship, does not give charity. He is the worst of places. The first one was a good place, the best places. Second one, he became like him with his intention. Third one, the worst places. Fourth one, he said, no knowledge he's got, and Allah did not grant him wealth. And he says, "Oh Allah, if you grant me wealth, I will do the same bad things that this one is doing." So Allah, he will make him the same sin, even though he did not squander any penny, but because of his intention and his willingness to go ahead and do the bad things. So Allah made him with his intention as bad as that one. Okay, so this is very important. Here, the hadith says, قال إن أقواما إن بالمدينة رجال. أقوام الرجال. أقوام is always, the word mentioned أقوام is on men. Okay, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم. Oh, who believe, not a single قوم to mock the other قوم. قوم here men. Why? Because the following, the continuation of the verse, عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكون خيرا منهن. So here they mentioned the women, but when he mentioned the men, he said قوم. Okay, and also it's been mentioned in the hadith of Jabir here, رجال, men. So قوم means رجال. Fine. So in this hadith we create the following benefit. Benefit number 1, there is no harm upon those who are unable. There's no blame. Okay, there's no blame upon who was unable or blind or is crippled. ولا الأعمى ولا الحرج ولا الضعيف ولا the weak. There's no blame upon them. But at the same time, Allah Azza wa Jal gave preference to those who fight with their wealth and their money onto the one who does not fight because of whether for their wealth or because they are poor and because they are unable. Even though their intention is good, Allah gave them daraja, just a rank. Allah Azza wa Jal فضل المجاهدين, the ones who are, and gave preference to the ones who are mujahideen for بأموالهم وأنفسهم, with their money and their wealth, onto the one على القاعدين, the ones who are sitting and they have an excuse, daraja. Even though they're going to be having the same reward, but they have an edge, these ones, because they are making jihad. These ones, they're going to have the same reward, but it's not, these are going to have a daraja. As for the ones who sit down and have no excuse, and they're still believers, then the difference is huge. The difference is huge. Okay? They are believers, but they have no excuse to participate. They could be sinners, so the similarity is not the same. Fine. Also, we from this that the hadith tells us that the person who had the reward is the same for a person have the proper intention and proper insisting to do the haqq, the truth, the good, but yet he's not able because of whatever is poor or whatever he can't do it. Right. Hadith number 5, please.